what a politician is, because people seem to think that immediately as soon as you say you're a politician that you have a motive that is solely for yourself, and that you're egotistical, that you're untrustworthy, that you're corrupt, when in all reality a politician is a public servant. So I want to bring public service back to politics. I want to serve my community. It's the reason I plan to run in Florida. I genuinely want to make a difference for my constituents, for my friends, for the families I consider to be part of my family. And I'm at the Women's Campaign School because I was lucky enough to be here. I'm so happy and blessed to be here so that I can be trained not only to put myself in office, because I'm planning to run soon, but to also put more women in office. And my personal goal is to bring more young women, more women of color, and to genuinely have gender parity. A lot of the women that I have the opportunity to work with, and even the young girls that I am supposed to inspire every day because I work as an ambassador with young girls, unfortunately, they tend to lack the confidence. And it's not because they don't have it in themselves, it's because society has consistently pushed them down, that they didn't have another woman supporting them. So I think the best thing we have here is just a support network. Women telling other women, we're going to support you. This isn't about party lines, this isn't about competition. One of my favorite lines is, she wasn't competition to anyone, therefore she was competition to everyone. Because if we choose not to be in competition with each other, we have an amazing team. We take over the world, we bring all these wonderful things. I was recently elected the hashtag I Look Like a Politician ambassador for Running Start, which is an organization that brings young women to politics. And my personal goal for the year, and what I included in my speech at the Young Women to Watch Awards, is that I want a little girl to understand it does not matter where you come from, what you look like, how much money you have. Your identity makes you stronger. It does not weaken you, and your background does not weaken you. It makes you stronger, it makes you a better public servant. So the idea is that we're showing them that the curvy girl, the African American girl, the Native American girl, anyone and a young woman can run. So it's the idea of going to underprivileged elementary schools, speaking out, and just genuinely getting to talk to the girls, telling them that when society, or even your parents, might say, no, you can't do it, you stand up and say, no, I'm gonna be president of the United States because I said so, and I know I can, and oh look, here's an organization who says I can. This is someone who's doing it, and she believes I can. So that's usually our goal. So I would like to think I have the confidence to do so, even on my slightly self-doubting days, but the goal is to get those girls to see it too. So the Women's Campaign School is giving me the aspects I don't have in terms of, fundraising, different pieces like that I need. So even when I'm confident, I'm also really logistically capable. So I'm glad to have that, because that's the little missing piece I needed. I feel like I have a lot of role models that are just friends and family and various people I've had the opportunity to work with who truly inspire me, and that's not just in politics, but in civic engagement, in education, in various areas. But if I had to select just a politician that truly inspires me, I would say Ileana Ros-Lehtinen. The Congresswoman, she represents not my specific district in South Florida, but a little bit further south. And she truly shows that your party doesn't define you. Your gender doesn't define you. She shows it as enhancing you, but she's willing to stand up for LGBTQ plus rights. She's willing to genuinely be authentic and say, this is who I am and I'm vulnerable, but I'm also going to serve you. And I'm going to do a really great job doing it, so follow me if you want to be a part of that. So she inspires me on a daily basis, and I appreciate having her represent so many of my friends and coming from my home state. I think just in general over the last 10 years, we've seen the idea of gender parity not just be an idea anymore. We're starting to become more vocal, and I'm not saying that the suffragettes and everyone else before us didn't lay the groundwork. They were trailblazers, they laid the groundwork, they gave us the voices that we have, but now we're standing up together and saying, okay, enough is enough. Like, we have to have gender parity, or we can't move forward as a country. This isn't about girls versus guys, this is about America as a whole. We can't move forward as a country, we can't move forward as a world unless people are genuinely treated like the human beings that they are. And I think we're finally starting to realize what rights actually are and who was said to have rights but really didn't have them embraced. And for me, I love the idea that we have a woman who's at this point the presumptive nominee of a major party. We've had women run for major parties before that did not solidify that spot. However, she's from a certain socioeconomic background. She's white. I want to make sure that we're actually being intersectional about the progress that we make. I want to see intersectional feminism. I want to see a little black girl actually see someone like herself as a possible candidate for President of the United States. So yes, we broke a glass ceiling, we didn't break the glass ceiling. Until we make it so that anyone from any ethnicity or background can truly have the opportunity to run, then we haven't hit that point yet. But I'm hoping to see that in my lifetime, and I might run, one of my friends might run. I can't wait to run their campaign.